Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Kenyon and I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Spark. This video is going to be how to use Adobe Spark Pages. If you need Adobe Spark videos, then you need to look for a different video. So what you're going to do when it's time to get set up to be working on your Spark page is you're going to click Login, which is right up here at the top. And once you click that Login button, you're going to click on Log in now, which is right here on the bottom. Then your username is right here, and it's also listed in Google Classroom. Everybody's using the same username. The password is Heusner16, Heusner 16. And then you can go ahead and click Sign In. Okay, so now we're signed into Adobe Spark. The first time it may look like this. It may look slightly different after you've logged in, or if someone started to create things, because you'll start to see people's items show up. If the first time, you're going to click the three lines over here and click Page, which is the blue plus sign right over here on the side, because we're going to be creating a page. All right, so here is my Adobe Spark page. The first thing that you want to do is give it a title. So whatever your digital citizenship project happens to be. So you could call it cyberbullying, for example, if that's your topic, whatever your topic happens to be. In your subtitle, go ahead and put all of your partners' names. So that you make sure that you have everybody listed. Then the next thing that you do is you add a background image. So what you can do is click this photo right here, and it gives you a list of ways to find pictures. There are two different ways that you can use to find pictures. One is to click this Find Photos, which is what we're going to do here in a second. The second way is to save pictures to your Google Drive, which there's another tutorial video on how to do that if you need to know how to do that. And you can click Upload, and it will give you the option to find those pictures in your Google Drive that you can add to your Adobe Spark page. I'm going to use the pictures within Adobe Spark, so I'm going to click Find Photo, and maybe I'm looking for a computer for my background. So I type the word computer, and I pick one that I think is going to work from the choices. And remember, if you don't like the choices that they give you, then you can always find one in, do a Google search for a computer or whatever kind of picture it is that you happen to be looking for, and use that upload feature to add that. I'm going to use this one just because it kind of fits what's going on. So now that picture is added to my background. Now, in Adobe Spark Pages, you don't have a lot of options for how to change your fonts or change your font sizes and colors and things like that. You choose Themes, which is up here in the corner, and you choose one overall theme for your entire page. And once you pick that, it decides all of the fonts for you after that. I'm going to pick this one just because. And if I don't like it, all I have to do is click another one and it will change it for me. So you see kind of how it's changing depending on what I'm choosing. All right, so I've picked my theme. All right, that's perfect. Now I'm going to close the themes window. And you can always change that later if you get to the point and you think, oh, I don't really like this after all. You can change that. The plus sign is your friend in Google or in Adobe Spark Pages because that's how you add content. So when you click the plus sign, this is where you can choose if you need to add text, if you need to add a picture, if you need to add multiple pictures. And remember, all of those things are part of the requirements of this assignment. So maybe my first section in cyberbullying is what is cyberbullying? And so there's my title, but it doesn't really stand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to I have some options here. I can make it a heading. That's what both of these mean. Or I can make it bold and italicized. I can also center it or left or right align it. I'm going to center it, and I'm going to make it a headline. So I'm going to pick H1, and that makes it the larger headline. And then when I click the plus sign again, I can add more text. And now this is where I can explain what cyberbullying is. And so on. And so then I can add text. And if I want to, I can highlight that. I can make it bold. I can make it italics. But remember, I'm not choosing fonts necessarily because I've already chosen that because of the theme. I can still center it. Maybe I want to make it a smaller size heading like that. So those are some of the options that I have. I'm going to take it off heading. Remember, you also have bulleted lists and numbered lists. So you can, if you're making a list of different things that you can do to stop cyberbullying or whatever it might be, you can have that option as well. Just like before, if you're ready to add an image, you click that plus sign, you go to photo, and then you get that same pop-up with that same uploading of images. So maybe I'm going to put sad on there because maybe cyberbullying makes people sad. So this picture will work. I'm going to click on that picture, and then I add that into my Spark page. When I click on that image, I get some options for how I want that to look. I can do it in line. I can fill the entire screen so it looks kind of like that. And notice you can add a caption as well. I can make it a smaller window so it looks like that. Or when I click on it, I can make it the full width of the page. So you kind of have some options for how you want your images to be set up in Adobe Spark. If you want to look at what your page is looking like, you click the preview button and it shows you this is the final kind of what it's going to look like when you share it. And I'm done looking at my preview. I click the X. And when I'm ready to share, I click the share button. I change this to education and I create a public link. And then here is that link, and that's how I turn in my assignment. I click that link, I copy it using the copy button or Control-C, whichever one you want, and I paste it into Google Classroom. So I'm going to copy that, and then I can paste that into Google Classroom to turn into Mrs. Freeman or to whomever is collecting that data. If you have any questions, please make sure that you ask. You can ask in Google Classroom or you can ask Mrs. Freeman. Thanks.